So we are all here to discuss what Game of Thrones would be like if it were actually Mean Girls.
I feel like Game of Thrones maybe just is Mean Girls and we haven't realized it until now.
Who do you think would play who?
The most obvious one,
Regina George and
is
Cersei Lannister.
Yeah.
They are the same person. Anyone been personally victimized by Cersei Lannister?
Everybody. That's like everyone.
Does anyone have a case for Regina George being anybody but Cersei?
Maybe Daenerys, if she goes all mad queen, she could become like a Regina George type.
But we are all in agreement. Regina is Cersei.
Regina is
Absolutely.
Cersei is Regina.
Yeah.
The mathlete, Kevin?
Kevin!
I think Kevin would be Euron because he's just like that irrational confidence guy. Strolls into King's Landing and is like, Cersei, what up?
Totally, I could see Euron rapping. If they would like let the show go that far, he would rap about having two good hands.
Regina's mom.
I'm a cool
Oh my
mom.
god, Olenna
Yeah.
Tyrell obviously is the cool mom.
Absolutely.
She's like, I'm not a regular mom. It's okay if you're gay. She died with so much dignity. By the way, I killed your child.
Bye.
Katie's Jon Snow. He's at this point kind of the hero of the story, much like Katie.
Or maybe Daenerys would be Katie Heron because she starts off with good intentions and then
That's what I
becomes
thought.
mean.
She came from an outside place. She's having to like adapt to this new land.
Right, and she has like the ragtag friend.
Yeah, Katie is an obvious Daenerys.
Who would be the other plastics like Gretchen and Karen?
Plastics are the Lannisters.
Jamie might turn on his sister. Like that's kind of a little bit foreshadowing right now.
Is he gonna be like Gretchen and have that moment where it's like we should all just stab Caesar?
I thought Melisandre would be Karen because she's like, you know, it's like I'm psychic or something. And she is psychic, but she keeps fucking it up, you know?
If anybody was to check the weather by rubbing their boobs, it would be Melisandre. I think Aaron Samuels is Robb Stark. Aaron Samuels is like the token, generic, like attractive guy. The same way Robb Stark is like the least interesting of the Starks.
I don't know. I always equated Jon Snow to Aaron Samuels just because they seem to be everybody's love interest.
I don't think Aaron Samuels would give up his life for his people.
He does try though. When Katie gets her purse stolen, he chases after the bad guy.
Jon Snow took a knife through the heart. Aaron Samuels chased after a purse. I would argue that Jon Snow is Tina Fey. Doesn't care about being cool. She doesn't care about popularity fitting in. All she cares about is doing what's best for the students. Same way Jon Snow doesn't care about titles or popularity. He just cares about saving all the living people.
What do you guys think about Damien? I, right off the bat, think Damien is Tyrion. Done.
Couldn't agree more.
Yep.
Really?
Makes sense.
Yeah, he's a bit of an outcast. He'll always like tell you the truth.
And then Janet.
Somebody who was maybe friends with Cersei at one point. Janice and Regina were friends, right, when they were like in middle school or something. So it could be Varys since he kind of switched sides.
Janice, I think, is an Arya through and through. She's a badass, doesn't care what other people think.
Yeah.
If we had leeway to like move things around, who would Sansa be?
She's had it rough, and then now she's like really.
But she's had it rough, but she hasn't done anything yet.
That's the thing.
That's what bothers me.
I think she's gone through a transformation as Katie does. And so she changed and she grew and she became her own person.
She has been kind of like a sidekick to Jon Snow and is potentially starting to portray Jon Snow much akin to a Gretchen Wieners. That wouldn't be my pick for Gretchen, but if we're trying to find someone for Sansa,
It's hard because she still hasn't really done anything like you said.
Glenn Coco. I would vote Rhaegar Targaryen because he's somebody we hear a lot about, especially lately, and we haven't quite seen yet. He's like Daenerys' oldest brother who died before the show began, Jon Snow's father.
So if him and Daenerys fuck, it's kind of like...
And that's his aunt.
Karen was fucking her cousin, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's incest in Mean Girls.
Yeah, a little bit.
Wow.
So is this a thing? Could Game of Thrones be Mean Girls? There are parallels.
Mean Girls is clearly a prequel to Game of Thrones. You know nothing, Tina Fey.
I don't know how to end this.
I don't know.
But incest.